In Hong Kong's Chai Wan Cemetery lies this simple gravestone. It's here that Hong Kong-born freight driver Wong Fuk Wing was laid to rest. When a massive earthquake hit Yushu in Qinghai province in 2010, Wong was in the area volunteering at a local orphanage. He escaped the building unharmed, only to find that 4 students and teachers were still trapped in the ruins. He ran back into the crumpled building shortly before a strong aftershock hit, burying him in debris and killing him. Wong was 46 years old. After Wong sacrificed his life trying to save others, news of his noble deed spread far and wide across China. He became known simply as A Fo. A Fo may have passed away, but many people around the mainland are keeping his spirit alive with their good deeds.
回归以来啊，香港跟内地的交流越来越多，香港人对内地的需要也比较清楚，了解内地的情况，很多义工都希望能够到内地去服务，有很多义工的组织也成立起来，定位去到内地去服务。我们估计到内地服务每一年有好几万。
This is a map of China. The lines on it are down to 18 years of hard work by an elderly Hong Kong resident with Parkinson's disease.
我的目的是先盖100个，现在已经差不多72左右。
This 76-year-old man is a retired professor from the Chinese University of Hong Kong. In 1995, while he was conducting research in rural Guangdong, he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. After that, he started to invest all of his own money into building hospitals in remote areas of the Chinese mainland. However, it requires around $500,000 RMB to build a hospital with basic staff and equipment. When money is in short supply, Leung Pui Kam sells some of his antiques and uses the money to continue with his aim. He used to have more than 30,000 antiques, which had been passed down through generations of his family. Now he has just over 1,000 pieces left.
我跟儿女讲过这些问题，后来决定就每人留给他们3件，他们自己选中3件就拿回家里，摆在那里做点纪念品吧，别的都可以，能卖的都卖了。
Over the past 18 years, when each hospital was completed, Leung Pui Kam would create an archive, recording the birth date of the hospital and reflecting on the emotions and efforts of the team of Hong Kong volunteers.
慢慢的，有朋友啊、亲戚也来捐款啊，来参加我们的义举。 到现在差不多100多个义工了。
Every year, Leung Pui Kam spends as much time visiting the mainland as possible. He travels to different places to observe their medical conditions, paying close attention to the construction and development of hospitals in each area.
到100个建好以后，我还是在建，还没到100个，我更要努力去建，建到自己躺下来。 看不见就算了。
At Hong Kong's immigration department, there's a floor for issuing visas to mainland residents living in Hong Kong. Since Hong Kong's return, the city has opened its doors to the mainland. As a result, work here is becoming busier by the day.
好，内地人才来香港，我们有3个计划。 第一个计划叫输入内地人才计划，这个计划是2003年启动的，到目前为止已经有大概12万的内地人才透过这个计划留在香港。那么第二个呢，就叫优秀人才入境计划，这个计划是2006年推出的，到目前为止大概有2100多的人才留在香港。那么第3个就叫非香港毕业生留港计划。 到目前为止，我们一共有16000内地的学生留在香港。
It's worth mentioning that the Quality Migrant Admission Scheme and the Immigration Arrangements for Non-Local Graduates are two projects targeting global talents, yet most of the applicants come from the mainland. Geng Chengya is one of them. Now this young man, who was born in Anhui province in the 1980s, has made his first pot of gold. Geng first arrived in Hong Kong in 2001 for an internship. At the time, he was a junior student in college. He was attracted by the openness and energy of Hong Kong. 1 year later, he gave up an opportunity to study at MIT in the United States, instead choosing to attend Hong Kong's City University to study for a master's degree.
因为在读完本科之后，想创业，那么香港其实如果你有机会来了解，会发现是一个特别好的创业的一个地方。
2 years later, Geng Chengya and several partners registered to set up a company at the Hong Kong Science and Technology Park. As the first Hong Kong company established by mainland graduates, its birth wouldn't have been possible without generous support from the Hong Kong government.
其实它这个资助不仅给我提供免费的办公室，还提供很多补贴，那么总价只有100万港币，这个补贴很重要。
At the same time, Geng also took on many social and public positions, the most prominent of which was becoming a committee member of the Hong Kong Commission of Youth. Out of the dozens of committee members, he's the only young member from the mainland.
我作为一个内地青年也是来香港之后4、5年就选我进入这个委员会，甚至我当时连开会的时候连广东话还不太会说，但是我觉得这可能是政府希望通过我代表内地青年，能够对香港的青年发展参与推动献计献策。
After 10 years, Geng Chengya has realized his dream. He's also become an established and recognized personality in Hong Kong. At the same time, more and more Hong Kong residents have arrived in the mainland, intent on starting a new life there. Jinbao Street is lined with upmarket specialist shops and located near the Wang Fujing area of Beijing. The street is also a priority investment project of Hong Kong that dates back to 1998. Hong Kong-based Fuhua International Group spent 10 years creating this international commercial street.
我们当时呢也是希望呢能够借助香港的这个一些理念，还有一些国外的一些高端商街的这种理念呢，来打造这个金宝街。
The development of Jinbao Street helped solve some of the problems that have plagued the Wang Fujing area for years, including traffic jams and the demolition of old houses. The street also attracts a lot of investment from Hong Kong. This quadrangle courtyard houses the Hong Kong Jockey Club Beijing Clubhouse, which opened just before the Beijing Olympic Games. It's the only clubhouse operated by the Hong Kong Jockey Club outside of Hong Kong.
据统计呢，他们有70%、80%的会员每年都会往返香港和北京，将近2万多个会员呢，当然1万多人都要往返，所以呢，他们马会会所也基于这种情况呢，说希望给会员呢提供一个在北京能提供一个商务会所，能让他们来到北京跟来到香港一样，回到家的感觉。
Making the mainland a second home is one of the goals of the Fuhua Group. The Chang'an Club, China Red Sandalwood Museum, Lee Garden Service Apartments, and their landmark buildings have brought new managerial experience and business models that have gradually introduced a new lifestyle concept to the mainland.
那时候香港很多的俱乐部我都去出席过会所，但是我认为咱们北京应该做一个会所。 所以我把长康俱乐部就建起来，建起以后，大家来的感觉不错，就感觉说，哎，香港有俱乐部，但是大陆也有了，北京也有了。
During the 15 years since Hong Kong's return to China, the mainland has presented Hong Kong with unlimited opportunities. In return, Hong Kong has played a decisive role in the development of the mainland. With the increasing exchanges, Hong Kong and the mainland are becoming closer to each other than ever before. This is one of the busiest airports in the world. Every 6 minutes, a plane departs, bound for or arriving from the mainland. Flights to and from the mainland account for almost 30% of the airport's total traffic. Now the airport offers services to some 40 mainland destinations. Flights between Hong Kong and the mainland have reached 7,700 every month, an increase of nearly 150% from 1997. However, with the increasing exchanges between Hong Kong and the mainland, disputes and frictions have also emerged. This is an advertisement issued by a Hong Kong civil society in Hong Kong newspaper Apple Daily. The ad shows a huge grasshopper overlooking Victoria Harbour, pointing a disapproving finger at children who were born in Hong Kong, but whose parents are not Hong Kong residents. With the launch of self-service travel to Hong Kong, an increasing number of pregnant women from the mainland have been traveling there to give birth. In 2010 alone, more than 37% of Hong Kong's new babies were born to non-Hong Kong residents. Discontent has also grown among Hong Kong residents after news that mainland tourists had been eating on the subway, which is forbidden.
我觉得这个问题其实呢，很自然的。当我们有很多的交流的时候，两地的人民意识形态上是有所不同，那么这种习惯上的差异、文化上的差异，就自然可能引起一些摩擦。
Resolving this friction requires more exchange and communication, understanding and tolerance.
只要我们认同我们祖国，我们是中国人。 是龙的传人，大家什么差异都能包容。
Li Yuklung often travels between Hong Kong and the mainland. In his view, exchanges between young people are the best way to enhance understanding between the people of both sides. In the summer of 2011, he sponsored a program to send almost 300 Hong Kong Cub Scouts to Beijing for a tour. They visited the historical as well as modern landmarks of Beijing, including Tiananmen Square, the Palace Museum, the Bird's Nest Stadium, and the Water Cube National Swimming Center. They also had the opportunity to interact with and make friends on the motherland. This enabled the kids from Hong Kong to get a better understanding of their motherland.
我确定每年都安排小孩到内地不同的城市、省市去了解我们国内的文化。 大家本是同根生，以后呢，我们可以共同努力，去背向祖国，面向国际。
For the past 15 years, Hong Kong and the mainland have been bonded more tightly by their shared bloodline. It's these roots that blur the geographical boundaries and enables the understanding to overcome any differences, bringing people from both sides closer together.